Welcome back to Planescape Torment. I forgot to talk to... Oh! You see a man standing stock still. He isn't moving a muscle. On closer examination, it appears that he isn't even breathing, just standing. His eye sockets are empty holes in his face. Contained within their bounds is a flat gray light that seems to dance with possibility. Looking into the sockets, the eerie empty feeling of a limitless void shivers through you, as if you had gazed into a sliver of eternity. The head slowly swivels towards you. You notice that no muscles appear to move under his skin as he turns, and he speaks in a pure bell-like tone. Well met, wanderer. You've forgotten again, haven't you? Do you know me, stranger? As he opens his mouth, you get that feeling of eternity again. Inside his mouth, you see no tongue, no teeth. It's almost as if this man were a shell surrounding an illimitable expanse. I have spoken with you before, and you always forget. Your endless quest to discover yourself ends always in your amnesia. You draw close to the truth and recoil. Let us hope that you have the strength to endure your existence. What do you know of me? I do know this. I know that you, like a fly, rise up from the wreckage of your old shell, buzz about for a time, and curl up and die at the window of truth. You bumble about the pain, seeking the light, without any plan to your actions, and fall exhausted when you fail. You alight on others to feed from them for a time, and move on with no regard to them. I've watched you come here and listen to your words, and watched you move away no wiser. Will you learn from your mistakes, seeker? Who are you? I am O. For some reason, when he speaks his name, it sounds like he's speaking of much more than a single letter, as if the speaking of his name contained untold possibilities and nuances. No human tongue could ever create such a sound. What are you? It's my name. It is the name of a portion of eternity. I am a letter in the divine alphabet. Understanding me leads to understanding existence. I am writ in the true names of half of everything. My being encompasses truth. I am mathematic, organic, metaphysic. So what does that mean? The divine alphabet is writ in the name of everything that exists, from the seed of the hearts of the elemental planes to the core of the great beyond. My brothers/sisters, a single word translates into the two in your mind, siblings, and I reach across all that is, was, or ever shall be. We are thought, reality, concept, and the unimaginable. Does this mean you know all the secrets of existence? I know many parts of them. Without a connection to my brothers and sisters, I am but a letter. Alone, I am a symbol. Combined, we are language and power. So you don't know the secrets of existence. I did not say that. A letter is still a powerful force, even on its own. Allow me to show you. He opens his mouth wider, and wider still. The mask of his face tears around his eyes, mouth, and nose, revealing that hint of eternity you glimpsed earlier. You're lost in it, adrift in it, a part of it. You return to your mundane senses and realize that O has vanished, yet somehow your horizons have expanded. Enlightenment has brushed you, however briefly, across the brow. That was indescribable. Wisdom increased permanently. Sick. Alright, cool. I guess manifestations of the cosmic alphabet just hang out around here. Select all characters. Nope. Quick loot. There we go. Yeah! Right. Oh, fuck. Done. Done. We are cleaning up the streets. Done. I'm gone. God, it's going to take a very long time before we gain access to a ranged attack to chase down fleeing opponents. We got there. Done. Finally. All right. Let's boogie. Let's go to the west side. Vines of black leaves. The stems look very sharp. Huh. Porphyron.
Done.
The flop house. I could go for a flop.
Come on in and sleep it off. Have a good one.
Arlo. You see a short, balding man standing in what serves as the foyer in this ramshackle flop house. His bushy brows are furrowed in concentration as he picks up what appears to be scabs in his large, bulbous nose. Greetings. The man doesn't look up to you. Instead, he continues to stare cross-eyed down at his nose. Yeah, what do you want? Could I rest here? Sure you can, Burke. If you got the drink for it. Nobody puts up here for free, except old Nestor over there, and that's only because no one's adult enough to mess with him. Nestor? Nestor's that barmy old sod in the corner there. Watch your step around him, Burke. He's not right in the head, always rattling his bone box about his fork and all. I wish someone would do us all a favor and get rid of him. Why don't you get rid of him yourself? Don't think I've tried? I have, and look what I get for my effort. He leans his face forward and points at the bleeding scab on his nose. Barmy sod nearly bit my nose off. I could get rid of him for you. I'll tell you what, Cutter. If you can get rid of him for me, you can stay here for free as often as you like. Deal? Fair enough. I'll do it.
Updated my journal.
And don't just stand around gawking. Gets to it. Can't you see I'm a busy man? Nestor. You see an aging man in soiled and tattered clothing, frantically pacing in the corner. His shock of filthy white hair sticks out in every direction, and his face, encrusted with dirt and streaks of dried blood, is covered with gray stubble. Every few seconds he stops pacing and flails about suddenly, muttering and cursing as if assaulted by some unseen foe. He does not seem to notice your approach. Greetings. At the sound of your voice, the old loon whirls about to face you. His wide, staring eyes bulging in their sockets, he regards you for a brief moment, then returns to his ravings. No, 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 it's not you. Hoo-hoo, so soon, yes, soon. Who are you talking to? Hoo, you'll come, yes, you'll come, and old Nestor will be waiting. Who are you waiting for? Waiting, yes, long have I waited, waiting. Wait forever if I have to. Do you hear me? Are you all right? No, my fork. Can't leave without my fork. Fork. Your fork. Fork. Can't go home without my fork. Nestor's frenzy reaches a violent crescendo. He begins hopping up and down maniacally, then suddenly stops, lowering his head and runs headlong into a large wooden cupboard that stands against the back of the flophouse. The force of the impact knocks the old man flat on his back. After a few seconds, he stands up, dazed expression on his face. Gone. Stolen. Can't go home without my fork. Who stole it? Nestor stares at you for a long moment, begins rummaging through the pockets of his filthy tunic. After a few seconds, he produces what appears to be a dismembered ear. Judging by the stench and color of the ear, you'd wager that the old loon has been toting it around in his pocket for some time. You have my fork, don't you? Don't you? Bring back my fork. Maybe I can help you. Right, I'll try to find your fork then. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
So I think I'm looking for a one-eared man, but until then, let's look at the spell book. Submerge the Will is pretty good, but I need the Rain of Anger to kill fleeing opponents. It's just I just need it. It's just a thing. So let's crash here real quick. 5 coppers? It's a good deal. Time moves on. Nothing can stop it. You've rested for 1 day and 0 hours. God, 24 hours later. Mar. Want to earn some drink? Your first impression of Mar is that he needs a long bath, preferably away from any creature that has any sense of smell. You can almost see the stench waft from his body in sinister yellow tendrils. He motions towards you frantically in an effort to get you to come over and talk to him. Approach this person and see what he has to say. Thank you for stopping. My name is Mar, and I have a favor to ask you. I'm listening. It's a matter of life or death. I must be delivering this here box, or it'd be my head for sure. Tis me bad luck that I twisted me leg something fierce. So you come out and deliver this box for me? Sure, I'll deliver it for you. Mar slowly takes out a small box from within the recesses of his ragged clothing. For the briefest of moments, you see a look of regret cross his face. Then it's gone, as he looks at you and hands you the box. A slight shimmer surrounds the box as both you and Mar touch it. A sigh of relief is heard as Mar releases the box into your care. What now? This be needed to be delivered to Quatra. He can usually be found somewhere down in the southeastern section of the hive. Oh, and lest you try and say I didn't warn you, whatever happens, don't open the box. And don't leave the hive with the box. Now off with you.
Updated
All right.
my journal.
Come on, Cutter, come on in here. You want to sleep outside? It's cold out here. Come on inside. We got to work.
Oh.
Afraid of. My girls will make you feel like a man.
Dear God. Dirty Rat Charm. Plus 10 stealth. Skill bonus minus 5. Pickpocket skill bonus minus 1 charisma. Huh. Interesting. Sounds like something to sell.
Right.
I wonder if I can talk to the thugs. No.
Come on in here. You want to sleep outside? It's cold out here. Come on inside. We got a warm bed.
Nope. Looking for a man with one ear. Hey! Dear God. Porphyron. Who's this guy? Every inch of this man's skin is covered in a web of black lines, as if some artist chose to accentuate every crease in his flesh with a quill pen. The overall effect is such that even when his face shows no expression, he appears to be frowning. Greetings. This one has a name. This one is called Porphyron. The man's voice is like a gong as he speaks. The lines on his face bend and settle into a series of spherical patterns. This one would know. Why do you address this one? I wanted to ask you some questions about the city. This one would have you know. This one cannot answer your questions. The lines on his face twist into angles and splinter into a mess of scribbles. This one has only recently stepped foot in this place of walls. All right then, but I have to ask you this. Why do those lines upon your face move? The lines show anger. Do you take offense? The lines slowly straighten, forming into gentle curves. No offense was meant. Will you accept the many apologies of this one? No offense taken. Why are you angry? This one tells of event recent. Did you know this one was beset by 3? The 3 demanded an item of this one. This one feared an attack. What does this one do? This one surrendered the item. Well, you are right to be afraid. If they were 3, then they might have killed you and had you not given up the item. This one has been misunderstood. This one did not fear being killed. This one feared killing the 3. Well, if you could have killed them, why did you let them rob you? This one walks the path of a warrior. Many weapons have walked with this one. Fist, blade, and staff. The hatchet, smiter. These tools are all well known to this one. That's not much of an explanation. Again, if you're a warrior with that much training, why would you let them rob you? This one is forbidden to attack. If this one had struck at the 3 in anger, the vow of nonviolence would be unmade. Vow of nonviolence. You're a warrior and a pacifist. This one is unfamiliar with your speech. What is this pacifist? Never mind. Why did you train so much if you're not permitted to attack anyone? This one is of the order of Erit Age. We await the final days where all will be called to battle. The training and skills of this one. They are to be kept silent until then. In the meantime, you let someone rob you in the street without defending yourself. This one will clarify. The item is of value. The discipline of the Erit Age is of greater value. Since you won't fight, any chance you could talk these thieves into returning your item? This one addresses the 3 thieves. What happens? The requests of this one are met with scorn. The 3 will not return the item. I could go see if I could get the item back for you. This one must ask, would you bring violence to the 3 that have robbed this one? Not if I can help it. This one fears. A message absent of violence will not be understood. This one is not opposed to you trying. All right, what's the item you lost? The item is this, a rope of black and red prayer beads worn around the neck. The worth of these beads is not measured in copper. The worth of these beads is measured in faith. All right, I'll see if I can get the necklace back. Do you know where these 3 thugs might be? This one knows where the angry words were traded in the item lost. By the bar that burns inside. The 3 were outside the place, dressed in black and red. 3 robbers dressed in red and black outside the smoldering corpse. Yeah, I'll go find
Updated
them.
my journal.
Molt. The man appears less dour and wary of passerby than the people around him. He moves with an upbeat gait, casually scanning the ground to either side of him as he goes. As you approach him, he nods a friendly greeting. Greetings. Hello, Cutter. You seen any didders about? None nearby. No, but I had some other questions. Too bad, too bad. Had some questions, did you? Ask away. What are you looking for? Debtors, of course. Don't you recognize the robes of a collector? No. Aye, collectors. These are collector's robes, Cutter. Any poor sod you see wearing these, me for instance, is more likely looking for debtors, bodies to sell at the mortuary. Whatever it takes to get by in the hive, right? I had some other questions. I'm looking for Farod, the collector boss? Don't know much about the man myself. We spent a lot of time fighting his boys, but they've all suddenly disappeared, along with Farod. We still catch the occasional straggler in Rackpicker's Square, but we've no idea where the rest are hiding. Can you tell me about the collectors? Oh, okay. That's about the questions. Farad. Can you tell me about the area? This is the Hive, Cutter, where we Hivers like to call the Arsenge a sigil. Not that sigil's got an end, being round and all, but you know what I mean. Anyway, north and west are through the big gate is Ragpicker Square, where collectors like me kip. Don't know much about the rest of Citadel, I'm afraid. I'm looking for a lost journal. No, I haven't run across one. Tell you what, though, if I do, I'll hold on to it for you. Thanks. I'd appreciate that. Farewell. Farewell to you, Cutter. Fleece. You see confusion who is looking through the building. You see a man who is looking at the buildings with some confusion. He looks lost and is mumbling to himself. Greetings. At last! I beg your indulgence, good sir. It seemed to have gotten turned around in a maze of streets. I'm afraid this area of the city is somewhat unknown to me. The residents seem most unwilling to extend aid to a visitor. Could I prevail upon you to help you, perchance? Depends. What kind of help do you need? I seek the house of Aunt Marguerite. She's reported to dwell in a house close to the mortuary, but the street layout seems to have changed since my last visit. Do you know of the house of which I speak? I'm afraid I have never heard of such a place. I suppose it would have been too much good fortune to hope that you would know of such a place. Well, I thank you for your time, good sir. It's most welcome in these streets. As you're about to turn away, when suddenly have a feeling that something's amiss. Suspicious, you glance at the man again, just in time to see him withdrawing his hand from your purse. You can't be sure, but you think he might have taken something from you. Bait the man into pickpocketing you again and observe his technique. You engage the man in light conversation and secretly study his movements. This man seems to rely on two things. One, pretending to be a high-class citizen out of his element to lower the target's guard, and two, distracting the mark by having the victim point out directions. When the victim turns to point at a street or landmark, the man skims the mark's purse and tucks items into his conveniently long sleeves. You make a mental note of this technique just as he makes another grab for your purse. Ignore the incident and leave. Ragpicker Square, southwestern portion of the hive. One ear. You see a shady fellow standing before you, picking his teeth with what appears to be a tiny metal fork. His chest is covered by patchwork armor adorned with large spikes, and a long knife hangs at his side. You notice he's missing his right ear. Greetings.
Updated my journal.
He regards you coolly from the shadows, as if sizing you up. I had some questions for you. Pike off, Burke, or I'll find your guts. I have your guts for garters. God damn. Wouldn't have been lost that ear while robbing an old man here in the hive. I don't know what you're talking about, Burke. Now I suggest you get your mangled carcass out of my sight before I carve my name into you. Certainly. Just give me the fork you stole from him and I'll be on my way. Why don't you come and take it from me, Burke? Why don't you put that blade away before you get hurt? You sure you do have sharp tongue? I think I'll cut it out and feed it to you. Alright.
Alright.
Handle it, boys. Or fail completely to handle it. Oh, God. Wrecked. A high-quality stiletto and a small steel fork. Oh, right, I have the green steel knife, as well as some other tools, masquerading as weapons. Well, problem solved. Look, Arlo. Look, is this the fork you're speaking of? My fork! My fork! Now I can go home! Nestor turns to leave. Then, as if struck with some afterthought, he turns back around and hands you a scrap of something soft and rubbery, the severed ear. Upon closer examination, you notice that there is an earring still dangling from it. Pocket the earring and discard the rotting piece of flesh.
Updated my journal. Done.
There he goes. So Nestor's gone home, eh? Maybe that old sod wasn't so barmy after all. Now maybe we can get I'll get some rest around here. Feel free to set up Kip here anytime, Cutter.
Updated my journal.
You're welcome, Arlo. Problem solved. Breskin's Kip. Let me see if I can find the Morning Man.
I'm gone.
Crier of Essanon. I've seen to it that Essanon's name has been remembered. It lies carved upon the black stone monument outside of the mortuary.
Updated my journal.
Suddenly there is a brief whisper in the air, and the man's eyes dry. One of the tears that ran on his cheek simply vanishes. Then Essamon is served. I will tell my fellow criers of the stone you have described. You have my gratitude. It was nothing. I hope you and your brothers spend the rest of your days in peace. Gentlemen. Pachoo!
Balance in all things.
Problem solved. What else do I have? Retrieve Porphyron's necklace. Right. Deliver the box to Quatra. Resolve a bar tab. Oh, I found July for Craddock.
Done.
So I can go talk to Craddock, and he's probably going to be mighty upset, but whatever.
Come in, Basher. Look here, the finest Toledo blade.
Craddock. I found July. Where is he then? He said to pike off, that you were a cur of the lowest sort, and that he wasn't going to work for you anymore.
Updated my journal.
Damn be his name. May all the evils of the plains found his footsteps. A blistering stream of insults, threats, and speculation about Julay's family roots issues from Craddock's mouth.
Oh, it's all right.
Ooh! Mort clicks his teeth together as Craddock builds up steam. You can almost hear him taking notes inside his skull. Damn that July. I could fill in him for him if you need the help. Yeah? Ha! You couldn't. Well, maybe you can. It's hard work and there's no drinking on my watch. Understood. Let's get started. The work is long, but at the end of the shift, you are not the least bit tired. Craddock grunts as you return. You did well enough. Here's your pay. Now get out. We have no more use for you. Boom. 10 copper is easily acquired.
Come on off with you there, let's go.
Maybe we can find the guy we're looking for. Quatra's warehouse.
All right.
Hey, I'm going to give him a mysterious box. Let me look at this box. This appears to be a small wooden box. Intricate designs etched in gold adorn the box. At one time, this box would have been worthy enough to be displayed at any aristocrat's estate. However, years of neglect have taken their toll and appears to be falling apart. If not for the large ruby mounted on the front of the box, it'd be worthless. Feelings of dread seem to emanate from it. Okay.
All right.
Quatra. What is it now? Can't you see I'm busy taking inventory? Go bother someone else. I was told to deliver this box to you. Well, why didn't you say that so in the first place? Let's see what you got for me. I'm sure it'll need to be inventoried. Mar told me to give this to you. No, please, get it away from me. I don't understand. Why are you afraid of the box? I said, get you back. Death. Evil. Had to dupe Mar. Couldn't take it anymore. Please, take to Braskin. Live southwest. Hive. No! Wait, what am I supposed to do with
Updated
this?
my journal.
Okay. I think there was another guy west. Oh, god damn it.
Sure, why not?
I'm gone.
It is I.
Pachoo! Oh, so Barrier isn't a name. It's just like their species.
Damn it.
Die.
Ugh, nothing like that low-level D&D combat. Everybody dies, everything kills you. Hold on, let's turn around. Can we get this guy? There we go. Problem solved. We're a bunch of problem solvers. Braskin's Kip.
All right.
Okay, so Mar gave us some sort of weird cursed box. I mean, in his defense, he did tell us not to open it. So, like, we were warned. We were warned not to fuck with this thing. But he did still give it to us. I'm a little upset about that.
All right.
Braskin. In a loud, booming voice, Braskin asks, "What in the name of the abyss are you doing in my house? Leave now before I make you even more ugly than you already are." I was asked to deliver this box into your care. Well, why didn't you say so? Hand it over and you can be on your way. As you present the box to Braskin, his expression changes from one of anticipation to that of amusement. Whoa there, I won't fall for that trick a second time. Put that thing away and leave. I don't understand. Why won't anyone take this box? First Quatra, now you. Did you say Quatra? Why, that's the fellow who bought the box off me. Thought he'd get the best of me when he bought it. I guess he figured the gem alone was worth more than the price he paid. Poor fellow didn't realize what he'd gotten himself into. Until it was too late. What's so horrible about this box? You mean you really don't know anything about that box you're holding? Well, I guess it won't hurt to tell you. First off, you don't get any ideas in your head. The curse on the box only affects the current owner of the box. And to be the owner of the box, you have to willingly take possession of it. There goes the idea of just leaving the box for someone else to find. So what's in it? Now, that's a good question. That box has been around the hive since anyone can remember. There are many rumors flying about, as you can imagine. Over time, the truth has become warped a little bit further with each retelling of the story. Go on. I've heard many a story about the box, and they all seem to have a recurring theme. The name given to it is Morador's box, and the owner of the box will die should he or anyone else open it. As to the contents, who knows? Some say it's an ancient dragon, while others say it's the evil soul of Morador himself. I cannot tell for sure. But just by looking at it, any soul can tell it's something evil, and one would have to be a fool to open it. What am I supposed to do with it? I would suggest you go see Shalandra. She lives in the northeastern region of the hive. It was from her that I won the box. Who knows? Maybe she'll have more knowledge of what to do with it, or you could find some other clueless Burke to take it off your hands. Up to you.
Updated my journal.
Alright, fine. We have a mysterious cursed box. Not just any cursed box, but like a cursed box with like a pedigree.
Come on in, Basher. We have the best blades in town.
Can I sell my shit to anyone? No, he sells limbs. No, that's the dice man. This one? Oh, thank God. Hey, 1 ear's earring. No, I'm not going to sell that, but I will sell all this garbage. Oh, that's cool. Sick. He's got a few minor magic scrolls and clot charms mostly. How many of these can I buy? I can just buy a fuck ton. Yeah, I'll just take 5, like whatever. Can he identify anything? You can identify the triangle earring. Yeah, sure. What is it? The minor copper blessing. You received this small earring from a folded note. This earring carries a minor blessing from one of the gods of wealth in some backwater prime world. When held in the hand and the word copper is whispered, it gives the wearer 33 copper commons. This blessing can be used 3 times before the enchantment is exhausted. Okay. The rule of 3's earring. But I can sell it for 120, so I'll just sell it. The Magus Guard. Armor class 6, usable only by mages. The Obsidian Earring, plus 10% stealth skill, usable only by thieves. And some sort of magic dagger, I think. Well, it appears these rusty daggers are fucking worthless. Don't fucking need that. No point in collecting weapons. Iron spike. That doesn't seem like it's worth anything either. I'll keep the high quality stiletto. I don't know if anyone buys weapons, but I think that would be worth just something, you know. Boom. I got a pile of these fucking things. Perfect.
All right.
Problem solved. Okay. Deliver the box to Shalindra. Resolve a bar tab. Oh, yeah. I think I've got, like, the money to deal with that now. Kill Rotten William. We'll deal with that later. Much later. He's tough. He's not super tough, but he's kind of tough. Retrieve poor Franz. Yeah. We'll do that next time.
All
Let's
right.
play Planescape Torment. Good night, everyone.